What's up, everybody, and welcome to Thanksgiving Day 3-game slate. We're going to be kind of going over, discussing the plays that I'm on for this 3-gamer for Week 12. Let me get this shared out quick, and then we'll start going game by game. I'll kind of touch on who I like. I don't really play cash games in 3-game slates, but I'll give you all my GPP plays and preferences on if I were to play cash, where we're going to go. But let me get this shared out real quick so everybody knows that I am live. 1 second here. And obviously, happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you guys. Hope everybody's has an awesome Thanksgiving day, is surrounded with friends and family, and gets to enjoy football as well as they hang out and celebrate. Enjoy each other laughs. What's up, Steve? How you doing, buddy? One second, get this shared out quick. Let people know her. Alrighty. Lock the horns, baby. Lock the horns. People may be sleeping in. They may have this day off, so they may be sleeping in or something. But we're going to get into it. We're going to jive right into it. I'm going to go game by game, and then I'm going to let everybody get to their families and enjoy their day with friends and family, as they should. So the first game I'm going to talk about is going to be the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. Pretty ugly game, right? We have the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton. Happy Thanksgiving, brother. Love you too, man. We have the Red Rifle against Tim Boyle in Detroit against the Lions. This game is ugly. This game, now, we say this, right? But this is the perfect setup. This is the perfect scenario for taking down a big GPP, right? Because we'll get into the other games later, but people are going to be on Josh Allen, right? People are going to be on Dak Prescott. People are going to be stacking those games. Those are the games that people are going to be looking at. I think you saw the Red Rifle last weekend. You know, yes, he only had one touchdown, but he was throwing the ball down the field. He was taking shots, and he was being successful. And that's the most success they've had this year, Chicago has, throwing the ball. Now they get a very weak, soft Detroit defense, and Detroit gets a very soft, weak defense with Chicago as well. So there's pieces here that you might want to look at, or if you want to try to get different or try to get cute, you could. And I'll go through them. Obviously, DeAndre Swift and David Montgomery are going to be the most popular players that come out of this game, just in general, right? Both GPP and cash. DeAndre Swift I would say is probably the best running back option in this slate. And I would say David Montgomery is probably your number 2 option when it comes to running back in this slate. Zeke Elliott, he's the highest priced, and we'll get to that game here in a few minutes. But I don't think he has the best upside because he's got Tony Pollard in his rearview mirror, and Tony Pollard could easily break this slate today. If he gets going, you know what happens, right? They're going to start feeding him the ball more. So DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery would be my top 2 owned players, as it will be probably for just about anybody that talks about these games, that covers DFS, etc. Again, I will be taking some shots with Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle. I'm not going to go all in. I'm not going to say that he's going to be the lock. I'm not going to say that he's going to be what it takes. But if he does have a solid game today, look out, because he could easily break the slate. And he could easily break the slate with the likes of somebody stacked with like a Mooney. So getting away from Montgomery, or maybe even having Montgomery in there, which we don't typically talk correlation with running back and quarterback in DFS. Possibly stacking with them. Do we got news on Robinson? Is out. He's doubtful. Godwin's another guy that I would say is a slick option if he does play. He's still questionable. He's still a game time decision. We're still waiting on the news, which we should get soon, probably within the next hour or so. But these are the guys that I'd be looking at if I'm trying to get different. I would go Red Rifle, Mooney's going to bring in some ownership, but he's not going to be ownership. He's not going to be stacked typically with Andy Dalton unless somebody's playing Dalton, which there's going to be a percentage of people that do, but it's not going to be anywhere near the ownership of somebody like Josh Allen or Dak Prescott. What's up, man? Vikings going to the Super Bowl? I don't know, man. We'll see. My Timberwolves are starting to turn around too. They beat Miami last night now. I mean, they've been blowing out teams. They beat Miami. Those three, Ant, Cat, and D'Lo. And D'Lo's becoming an actual leader. He's no longer being the young guy he was, just trying to showboat and take guys' girlfriends, if you will, like he did to the boy in L.A. when he was with the Lakers. Tim Boyle again, guys. We have seen this on Thanksgiving days. The Detroit Lions play every single Thanksgiving, right? There's actually a game, and I brought this up in previous Sunday streams talking DFS football. I forget what his name is. Chase Daniels, I think, is who the guy was. He was with Detroit. Then he went to Chicago, right, for a while and played. Chase Daniels blew out the Vikings a couple Thanksgivings ago. He was a backup starting, right? Now we already got to see what Boyle looks like because he started last week as well. So it's not like this is his first start. We're not seeing a lot, but Chase Daniels threw for like 350 yards and like 3 or 4 touchdowns. So again, if you want to talk about slate breaking, if he were to go off, that would be something. Now, do I feel like he's going to? No. I obviously feel like the Red Rifle has a much better chance of breaking the slate than the likes of a Tim Boyle. But anything's possible any given Sunday, right? So that's where I stand here. Hawkinson you can look at as well, but I just think there's too many better tight end options on today's slate. You got Waller on this slate, right? You got Dalton Schultz on this slate. You got Knox from Buffalo on this slate. So Hawkinson's a great option, but I think my primary on the Detroit side would be DeAndre Swift. And then on the Chicago side, it's going to be Godwin, Mooney, Montgomery. And Montgomery's going to bring in a lot of ownership. He's in a great spot. I understand it. But if you want to try to get cute in a 3-gamer, you gotta try to get cute elsewhere and change some things up. I will have some of them, but he's not going to be in every single lineup. And then taking some shots at the Red Rifle. Not heavy, low percentage, but taking some shots on him. And again, guys, I do not play cash games on 3-game football slates. I don't typically play head-to-heads, 50-50s, double-ups, etc., because there's just not enough option, right? It's your lineups are too similar to everybody else. And in cash games, you got to play specific style players. So that's where I'm at there on that game. We got the Raiders. We got my boy Jimmy Guns in the house. Huge Raider fan. This is a big game. 52-point total. Raiders at Dallas. Dallas is favored by 7.5 points. I think this game can go either way. Honestly, I don't think Dallas blows them out. I could be wrong here. It is Thanksgiving Day. They are at home. They do like to get those turkey legs. Dalton isn't a bad play. I feel like the Bears will try to take shots. I agree, man. They took tons of shots last week. He was not afraid to, and they completed some. So yes, again, to get different, I don't mind it at all. If you were to tell me you're playing Andy, you're stacking the Bears with Dalton and Money Mooney or with Godwin if he's playing or whatever, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it at all. I would not. So here's what I like here. I'm not the biggest Zeke fan today. I kind of touched on that when we started talking about this first off this morning. I am not huge on him. He's probably going to rush for 3 touchdowns today. That's typically what happens when I'm not on a guy, right? He kind of goes off and does his thing. If I'm going to Dallas, I'm probably going to go chalky with Dak Prescott, right? CeeDee Lamb, it sounds like there's a good chance he plays. He still has to be cleared for the concussion protocol. But if he does play, he's a great spot to stack with Prescott or just fill in as a run back if you're going to go on the Raiders side or what have you. Gallup, I love. Playing a lot of Gallup. Dalton Schultz, I love. So I like doing like a Schultz, Lamb, or Schultz, Gallup, and Prescott stack, right? And then if I were to run it back, Josh Jacobs is bringing a decent amount of ownership, to be honest with you. Again, it's only a 3-game slate, so I see where the ownership percentages are where they're at. We don't have a lot to choose from, right? Waller, I really like. I think a way to get different today is to play a 2 tight end build, right? So I think today it's a good option is to play a 2 tight end build. Paul, I got your thing, but you created a head-to-head for today and Sunday. I mean, I'll do it. I'll play it. I typically don't like I was telling them in the beginning of this live here, I typically don't play cash games on 3-game NFL slates because they're just not enough. I don't play head-to-heads, 50-50s, double-ups. I don't do any of those cash games typically on 3-game slates. I know you did the Thursday and Sunday. I don't usually play those slates at all, period, but I'll play it if you want to, or otherwise if you want to change it up to today only or Sunday only, whatever. Just let me know. So Waller, Hunter Renfrow would be a guy that I like to run back here. Again, we talked about this. Now, I think Deshaun Jackson, I want to say he played like 33% of the snaps last week. He's another guy we talked about last week. He's a guy that it only takes one play for this guy. He could literally hit a 80-yard touchdown TD, and that breaks the slate at $5,000. He's going to be super cheap over on DraftKings. I think he's around $3,031. We'll pull him up when we get there. What's up, X Spirit X? How you doing? At Flex, so I play Hollywood Brown, T. Higgins, or Michael Gallup. You're talking about for a season long? Well, Lamar Jackson's back in Baltimore, even though they're not playing today, but I get it. This is for week 12, season long. And they're at Cleveland. I like Hollywood Brown, to be honest with you. I don't mind Gallup today, but if I had the option of Hollywood Brown or Gallup, I see T. Higgins there too. I would probably go Hollywood Brown personally. If it was me, I would personally go Hollywood Brown with Lamar Jackson back this week in Cleveland. I think Lamar is going to have a big game this week, but he's not playing today, unfortunately. But yes, it's week 12. Again, Schultz, I love, right? Gallup, we talked about. Jacobs, Waller, again, I talked about it. This could be a week in DFS where you do a 2 tight end build. I think you get a little bit different. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. So again, I'm not big on Zeke. Now, if I'm looking to get different, I'm probably looking at somebody like Tony Pollard at running back as well in this game, hoping that he breaks something. Really what we're doing today, guys, is we're trying to get touchdowns. We're trying to buy those touchdowns, if you will. It's a 3-game slate. There's not a lot of options for anybody, right? It's not like we're going into a 10, 12, 14, 16-game slate, and there's such a wide range, and people are going to play all sorts of different players. We have a limited player pool, so we're trying to figure out who scores the touchdowns. Scoring touchdowns is going to be the most important part of winning money today. You have to get every spot right. Every spot has to score, has to bring it home, has to find pay dirt. So we need to figure out who that is. And that might even hold true for defense as well, to be 100% honest with you. A pick six or just a butt ton of turnovers. So, or a shutout as well. So that's my takes there. It's not going to take as long to go through these because we got 3 games, and then we'll build, obviously, a FanDuel lineup. We'll build a DraftKings lineup. The most popular game of tonight is going to be the Buffalo at New Orleans, tonight's game, right? This game, Josh Allen and Dak Prescott on the last game are the 2 most popular, going to be the most owned quarterbacks, and for good measure, right? They're by far the top 2 quarterbacks on this slate. Again, limited player pool, limited options. Those are your top 2 players. So I'm heavy on Josh Allen today. I'm heavier on Josh Allen than I am on Dak Prescott. I feel like the Buffaloes have to have a big bounce back game here. I feel like Josh Allen, this is going to be one of those 30-plus fantasy score games for Josh Allen. I feel like he's going to get it going, and he's just not going to let up on the gas pedal. I feel like he's just going to keep bringing it. I feel like he probably uses his legs to get in the end zone and pay dirt as well today. So if I'm playing, if I could only pick one quarterback for this slate, just in general, out of all of them, Josh Allen's going to be my guy. Now, the most popular route is going to be Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs, obviously, which it typically always is week in, week out. And that's really probably your best option, right? I am probably going to be more on the Josh Allen with Beasley and Knox versus like a Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Knox, right? You got Emmanuel Sanders in there as well, who you could play, right? You got Gabriel Davis you could take a shot at, who's going to have a much lower ownership. But your guys that are going to be on the majority of your snaps out there on the field are going to be your Stephon Diggs, your Cole Beasleys, and your Emmanuel Sanders. So we just need to figure out who's going to do it. Now, again, to talk about being contrarian, to talk about buying touchdowns, to talk about, just building differently, any one of these Buffalo running backs, which I know it's scary, and there's 3 of them, and it's tough, but if whichever one of these Buffalo running backs gets in the end zone, they're all cheap, right? Could be. I mean, if Breda has another 2-touchdown week like he did a couple weeks ago, now I get, I think Moss was out. One of the guys was out 2 weeks ago when he scored 2 touchdowns. But they're all still sharing. They're all still getting there. I was watching the red zone last week, and Breda, again, got a carry inside the red zone. He got to like the 2 or 3 yard line. But if he would have scored, again, we would have been talking about, in Buffalo, we wouldn't have been talking about Singletary or Zach Moss as much. We would have been talking more about looking at Breda. So Breda can get it done. Moss can get it done. Singletary can get it done. They all can get it done. It's scary. But in GPPs, we have to find out, we have to get right who's scoring the touchdowns, right? At the end of the day, especially on this 3-gamer, there's not really any other way about it. We need every spot to get in the end zone. We need every spot to score a touchdown. So, again, this is a spot or a position where if you get that running back, you play that one of those running backs and you get it right and they score a touchdown and everything else falls in place, you could be winning some good money today. But it's which one, right? Flip a coin. It's what your gut's telling you. Man, I don't know. I'm torn. On the New Orleans side, I mean, if Ingram's going to play, he's going to have a lot of interest, right? Has a chance to play. So, he has a chance to play, which means he may still be limited. Obviously, Tony Jones, I think, is the next guy in line. Let me just see. Yeah, Tony Jones right here. But I don't think this guy is in a spot at all. Even at $4,800, he's going up against one of the top defenses. Now, again, I could be wrong. This could be something where on paper everything says this. It's any given Sunday. Or, well, it's not Sunday today. It's the special Thursday slate. But I guess it's football, NFL, so we're still going to say any given Sunday. But this is a spot, again, where if he does score a touchdown, if he does get the workload, he could possibly still make something happen at this $4,800 price tag on FanDuel. So there are many options. There are many ways you can go. Again, I don't typically play cash games. So cash games are 50-50s, double-ups, head-to-heads. All of that are cash games. I typically don't play them on 3-game slates. I think I'm going to play Paul in a head-to-head, but that'll literally be it. I'm not building cash lineups today at all. I don't think there really is a preferred cash lineup way with 3 NFL football games. But let's build. Let's go ahead. Oh, let me show you guys. So this is FanDuel, the crunch. So they have Josh Allen as the preferred, Swift, Zeke. It switches out with the receivers, but the top preferred is Zeke, Raymond, Mooney, Callaway, Hawkinson, Ingram if he plays, and Cowboys defense. On DraftKings, They got Josh Allen, DeAndre Swift, Ingram, Mooney, CeeDee Lamb if he plays, Harris, Cole Kmet, Hawkinson, and Cowboys. And again, I think if you're playing Josh Allen, Josh Allen can be played naked because there's so many options that he has, right? Diggs, Beasley, Sanders, Gabriel Davis, and Knox. But I think today, if you play Josh Allen, personally, I think you need to have him stacked with at least a mini stack with at least one receiver, one person catching. So that's my opinion. That's my take. Derek Carr even makes it. So in the third spot, Derek Carr makes it. But again, no correlation here, right? If I'm going Carr, if I think Carr's going to have a big day, he can use his legs, but he's more apt to have a big day throwing the ball, just period. I like getting somebody like Renfro in here and Waller, right? Like, really, honestly, Carr, Renfro, Waller. That's what I would do. And then I'd probably run it back with the likes of somebody like Gallup or Zeke or Pollard or Tony Pollard or somebody like that. So let's build a lineup quick, and then on FanDuel and on DraftKings, and we'll get you guys going with your Thanksgiving. Again, man, happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has an awesome day. So let's do it all. Who do you guys want to start with? This is where you guys get to participate. Who do you guys want to start with that quarterback for the build? Who's left in here? Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out this morning as we go through this. Hopefully it'll help you out a little bit. Again, 3-game slates are so tricky. There's not a lot of differences, not a lot of options. I'm seeing Allen. So Allen's our preferred choice. All right. Are we gonna stack him with anybody? Let's build around him first. Let's make sure we correlate our stack with him. Are we gonna go Diggs? Are we gonna go Sanders? Are we gonna go Beasley? Are we gonna go Davis? Are we gonna throw in Knox? What do you guys want to see with this build? What would you guys like to see? What would you prefer to see? I just think Beasley at $100 less. Beasley, Knox. Fester, you agree as well? Beasley, Knox. Is that where we're going? Anyone else can throw their input as well? I just see those guys are the ones that are... We got a Knox for sure. Okay, let's do this. We'll probably go back to Beasley as well. I like Beasley. I got 2 Knox. I got 3 with Knox, and I got 1 with Knox Beasley. So let's do this. Let's see where we land. Let's see what we have left over. We'll do this for now. Who do you guys like at running back today? Where are we going at running back? Who are we going to attack? Are we going DeAndre Swift? Montgomery? Jacobs? Pollard? Ingram? Jones? One of the Buffalo backs? Yep, I know. I think today could be possibly a 2 tight end build. Saying that since the start of this thing today. I've been looking at building throughout the last couple days. Ingram, Swift, Montgomery. Well, if we do Ingram, Swift, Montgomery, then we can't do Knox and Waller. Unless you're just saying you don't want to build it that way. Montgomery. Okay. I got... Now, Ingram is still... We don't know if Ingram is going to play, right? We have no idea if Ingram is going to play. It says there's a chance. Has a chance. And that was at 9:29 a.m. today. He has a chance to play. He faces an uphill battle to gain clearance. So, I mean, he is not set in stone. What's up, Wentz versus TB? Or Heineke versus Seattle. Oh, Trey, what's up, buddy? Wentz versus... I'm sorry, thought that was all part of your name. I'm like, wow, it's a long name. What's up, Trey? Welcome, man. How you doing? Well, Wentz versus Tampa Bay or Heineke versus Seattle. I like Heineke versus Seattle. I think Heineke has proven himself this year. He's went up against some tough teams. He's had great outcomes. He's coming off a 3-touchdown game last week. Wentz played well as well, but I think the problem in Indianapolis is they rely so much on the run game, right? They rely so much on Jonathan Taylor. And now watch, this will be the week that Carson Wentz throws for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. But the reality of it is they're a run heavy team. They're a run first, pass second team. Washington is a pass team. Heineke runs a lot. He scrambles. He uses his feet. He has that touchdown upside running it in himself. Plus, he throws the ball. They're a throw first team. So I would go with Heineke all the way versus Seattle. Saints have to run versus Buffalo because Seaman no chance to. I mean, yeah, but the problem is they're going to be running from behind. They're going to have to throw the ball. That's the issue, right? They're going to have to throw the ball because they're going to be behind. I don't believe one bit, and I could be wrong, and you guys could all laugh at me after tonight. I don't believe one bit that the Saints defense keeps up with Buffalo today. I think Buffalo is hungry. I think Buffalo is ticked off. I think they come back out and show who they truly are, right? I think they're pretty pissed off. The Pats, with the rookie Mac Jones, took the lead with them in the standings. Yes, they got to throw, won't have a choice. That's what I agree. I think they're going to be playing from behind, and I think that he's going to have to figure it out. I mean, Simeon's going to have to figure it out. He's going to have no choice. It may be an ugly game. I mean, the game at the end of the day might just be super ugly, right? So, but I don't think Buffalo holds off on the pedal. So this is a game where, you know, sometimes we talk about game script when we talk about blowouts. What's up, Terry? How you doing, buddy? I don't think if Buffalo gets ahead by 3 touchdowns, I don't think they let off. I think they come out today and they prove a point. I think it's a bounce back game. Oh, yeah, and you could take them in one lineup. I mean, that's a GPP play. You could come out and have an awesome game, right? All right, so let's land our receivers here, shall we? So who are we going with that CD? We are at receiver. We got CD Lamb officially listed. He's still questionable for today. Have a hard time. I don't know, man. I would think by now or soon we would already know. I mean, it's not 10:30 yet, and again, he's in a later game. But who do you guys like? Yeah, Buffalo defense would be obviously a great option here against New Orleans, especially when you don't know who's playing running back. You got Tony Jones, right? I mean, I do like Dallas defense as well. They're $500 cheaper. But I would say Buffalo's defense is where it's at today. Absolutely. Gallup, I like Gallup. I agree with Gallup. I do like Gallup here. Who else we like? We like Renfro. We like Mooney. I don't really like going anywhere else in Chicago besides Montgomery if we're going to play Montgomery personally. Right? We could throw another Buffalo receiver in there. We could do somebody like Gallup, Sanders, Diggs. Right? We got Money Mooney. We got Renfro, Traquan Smith, Callaway, Sanders, Cedric Wilson, St. Brown, Edwards, Harris. Look at this. I don't think this guy got one target. He didn't get one target last week. Edwards. I don't know that I'm a fan of Edwards. He didn't even get a target at all last week. Could change, and he could get a couple, but I don't feel like Carr trusts him at all. I think that's the issue. That's the problem. I don't know if that has to do with something when they're in training camp or when they're in practice. You know, we're not seeing that in practice. Maybe he's dropping a lot of passes when he does throw the ball to him. I don't know, but he just does not want to get the ball to him. All right, guys, this is where you guys need to participate. Who else do you guys want in as receiver on this build we're doing together? You guys want Renfro? You guys want? Paul says Renfro. That would leave us with 63. Money Mooney. I don't know if I like Money Mooney and Montgomery together because I would take one of the two of them. You guys want? All right, we're gonna do it. Got two Chicago guys in there. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. If I knew Chicago was gonna score, 35 or 38 points or 34 points or 31 points, I think I'd feel differently about that. But now the flex would only leave us with 5,800, which leaves us with. So I guess here's where we could take our Buffalo receiver, right? So we could take either Beasley or Sanders. I think that's where you go here, because right, we're playing Josh Allen. We don't have another receiver with Buffalo. We have Knox at tight end. This is where we either go Beasley or Sanders. We take Beasley and leave 100 on the table. I think the upside with Beasley is so much higher than it is for Sanders. But you guys let me know what you... I think Beasley's the ticket. Beasley? So right here, you got to leave 100 on the table. You got Josh Allen, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Michael Gallup, Hunter Renfrow, Money Mooney, Knox, Beasley, and Bills. And the cool thing is, guess who lands in our flex? The late game is in our flex. Works out perfectly. Good job, guys. That's a solid build. I mean, again, it's going to have high ownership because this is a 3-game slate. Any lineup you build is going to impose high ownership unless you play like Breda at one running back position. You play Jackson. Even playing Tony Jones is going to bring up somewhat some ownership. So, all right. Let's do this. Would you rather play Zach Moss or Tevin Coleman? Oof, boy. That's tough, man. Zach Moss or Tevin Coleman? I would probably, it just sucks because neither one of them are in like great spots. To be honest with you. The problem with yeah, exactly, Lark. I'm sorry, man. The problem with like Zach Moss is, right, there were three back by committee. 3 back by committee. So Fester, if you like D-Jax, then maybe if you put D-Jax in there, which is a great call, he kills them, right? And if you're gonna keep Renfrow, maybe you build a lineup with Derek Carr, Renfrow, D-Jax, and see what else you can build around it. Maybe we can look at that even. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's just do that for shits and giggles, right? The Dallas Las Vegas game is a high point total. Let's just see where this build goes right now on DraftKings with Derek Carr, right? Let's throw Hunter Renfrow in. Let's throw Mr. But back to your Lark. Yeah, the Zach Moss, it's a 3 back by committee, right? You're taking a stab or a guess on if any running backs are going to get in, who's going to get that touch because they all rotate when they get into the red zone. I watched it last weekend with all of them back. They all each in the red zone rotate. Like they rotate. One guy gets a shot if he doesn't get in and they continue to run it or just being in the play. Then the next guy comes in and they just keep rotating in and out. But Tev Coleman, I don't think is any better lock, if you will, especially this week. So yeah, D-Jax is 3,100. Now we're taking a shot here, right? We're hoping D-Jax, again, GPPs. That's what we have to do. We're hoping D-Jax hits that 80-yard bomb touchdown, takes it to the house, right? And like Fester says, he is, yeah, you get lucky he scored, and anybody could have scored. Matt Breda just about scored last week when they had it on red zone. I was watching the game. He was 2 yards short. I talked about him last week, but I wasn't heavy on him. I just said to take a stab or take a shot at. Fester, what's up, buddy? Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, sir. All right. So here's what we need to decide now. Are we going to have any run back from Dallas? It's a high total game. Are we going to take the likes of somebody like Gallup? Are we going to take Zeke? Are we going to take Tony Pollard? What piece of the other side of the ball are we going to have in this stack, if you will? And I think we still go with Buffalo's defense. $3,100, not bad. Oh. Dog's been chewing up clothes when they're on the ground. What her problem is? He gets bones all the time. He has 3,000 bones all over the place. Ruining my clothes. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So the other question here too is, or do we play Waller and Jackson and not Renfro? So do we do something like this? Maybe? Yeah, she'll get some. She's got another special bone for Thanksgiving as well. So, yeah, she'll get leftovers. Yeah, she has tons, dude. Paul's been here. Paul's been here numerous times. All right, anyway. Let's get back to it. So, do we do Waller, Jackson, Carr, or do we do Carr, Renfro, Jackson? Guess that's the question here. And then again, who are we gonna run back in Dallas, or are we gonna run anybody back in Dallas? It's a high point total. We saw that burn us again last week with the KC game. They literally scored 28 points. They were supposed to score 55 or 55.5. They've barely made it halfway between the both sides of the ball, like both teams. It's just crazy, man. So do we do someone like Gallup? What do you guys think? I guess I'm not getting a lot of people answering, so I'm just gonna start doing this myself. Running backs. So I think we liked Montgomery, right? We'll just put Swift in there. All right, so we have 61.5 left. You like Renfro over Waller? Okay. So we go Knox here then, because we love Knox before. That leaves us 8,700. That leaves us Cooper's still out. Cooper is out. Cooper is out. Yes, Cooper's 100% out. So maybe what we do here. I mean, we could leave money on. We could leave money on the table. Could definitely leave 700 on the table. We could do something like this. We could leave 700 on the table. And we could go, we're taking a heavy shot on that high point total, but we're going a little bit different. We're going a little bit unique in the sense of we're taking Carr on this one at quarterback, right? We're taking that shot at D-Jax. No, you're good, Terry. Don't worry about it, buddy. Couple say Waller. One says Renfro. Let me just see what happens. I really like Knox today. Let me see what happens here. Throw out. So we could put somebody like Mooney in again, or we could even put in Diggs. I might have it here. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. All right, I think we may have it if we go to the Waller side. If we go Waller side, Derek Carr, Montgomery, Swift, Gallup, D-Jax, Stephon Diggs, Waller, Knox, the two tight ends like I talked about. I told you I loved today in the 3-game slate. and the Bills defense. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you think? Yeah? So taking a different approach, feeling like Waller's going to do it here. Or Carr's going to do it. Carr, Swift, Montgomery, Diggs, Gallup, Jackson, Waller, Knox, Bills. And there's no money left. Now, if you like the other way, if you like Renfrow over Waller, you could build it the same way. And I don't have a problem leaving $700 on the table, to be honest with you. Because that's going to be different. People are going to want to use their salary up today. Right? So I think leaving 100, leaving 400, leaving 700, whatever that case may be, I think is all right to do. I think it's fine. So I think we're good on that. Now we'll build one more before I let you guys go. This one we'll do let's see. Let's do an Andy Dalton one, and then we'll do a Josh Allen one. Do the red rifle, just in case he decides to go off today, right? Now, I don't know that I'd play Montgomery in this build if I'm playing Andy Dalton. You know, he's going to throw him the ball a little bit, but again, there's just not that correlation there. Not a big fan of that. So I think we do Swift to run it back. I think that's a good play there. Receiver-wise, who else we like? We like Gallup. I'm just trying to fill these in and see. We could do Diggs. Could do Renfrow. Let's do this. I think tight end we could just do Knox, right? Get some Buffalo in there as well. That leaves us at 62. You could do someone like Tony Jones, Pollard, Jacobs is 59, right? I mean, I suppose you could go Montgomery to see flex, and then you could do something like this. So you could do Dalton, and this again, I don't advise running backs with quarterbacks. But again, today anything is possible with being 3 games, right? You have to get different, right? You have to get. Yeah, exactly. Randy, Dallas Goedert, or Kyle Pitts. I'm going Goedert all day. I just feel like Goedert. I mean, Pitts may have higher upside, but he's just been so inconsistent. Goedert's been consistent all year. He catches what's thrown to him. The problem, you know, he only had that one game that he played that he wasn't big on because he went out early with the head injury, right? A couple weeks ago. So I would take Goedert over Goddard over Pitts. So that's stuff that wins big. Yep, exactly. So here's another one. Andy Dalton, Swift, Montgomery, Mooney, Gallup, Renfrow, Knox, Waller. Again, 2 tight end build here. Bills defense. Leaving $100 on the table. Okay? We'll do one more. We'll do one with our boy Josh Allen, who we've liked, who we build with FanDuel, right? So I think we pair him with Knox. You guys all agreed on FanDuel to pair him with Knox. I think his price point's right. I think we like Buffalo's defense, right? So where do we go from here? We got 57, 83. And I guess what we could do is, why don't we throw Jackson, D-Jax? Because like Fester says, he is a Dallas killer. That really boosts up our price per player left. We're taking a shot there. We're really relying on Gallup. I think Mooney and Gallup this week, but I think for good reason, right? So then we can go the likes of Swift, the likes of Montgomery. Our flex is 67. Again, we can throw Waller in there. Boom. We leave 300 on the table. So Josh Allen, DeAndre Swift, D. Montgomery, D-Jax, Money Mooney, Michael Gallup, Dawson Knox, D. Waller, 2 tight ends again. Here we go. And the Bills defense. Yeah? I like it. All right. Guys, also, if you guys are in DraftKings and FanDuel, DraftKings is doing a couple, every week they do a couple free contests as well. They're doing a 10K GNC Thanksgiving Throwdown. They're also doing a 5K Madden 22 Holiday Madness. If you guys can play on DraftKings, you don't have an account yet, please let me know so I can send you a link. And then if you deposit, we each get a bonus. So it's pretty cool. Works in our favors. What's up, Field Guy? Very disappointed with the Saints guy. Well, you guys don't have your team is you're missing Michael Thomas. You're missing Kamara. You probably are going to be missing Ingram if he plays. He's very banged up. They even said the last update to this morning at 9:49 a.m. was that he has a chance to play, but it's going to be a very uphill battle. So you got your boy Trevor Siemian leading the way. He did not look good last week. Hawkinson, the problem is the love for Hawkinson has to come from you having trust and love for Tom Boyle, right? Tom Boyle has to get him the ball. Tom Boyle, maybe he'll look better this week than he did last week. Again, I mentioned this, Joby, before you got in here at the beginning of this stream. That was the first game we talked about. I mentioned how be careful because anything's possible. It's any given Sunday, or today it's any given Thursday. Just because it's Thanksgiving, we got NFL teams playing. You know how that goes every slate. And I mentioned that in years past, backup quarterbacks for the Detroit Lions have had big games. Now, most of those, like the Chase Daniels. He played against the Vikes one year on Thanksgiving. I think he threw for 3 or 4 touchdowns, like 300 plus yards. But the difference there was it was his first game as a backup for Stafford, I believe, or whatever. Tim Boyle played last week, right? So I don't know if there's that same narrative, if you're into that narrative talk or that same language, what have you. Again, could he another week in practice or shorter week? Could he have gotten things timing down better? Could he have done things like that? It's quite possible. Absolutely quite possible. Lose Breeze. Bill's gonna lose Breeze in the Well, I hope Breeze gives Seaman some kind of I hope he goes into him and helps him because he did not look good. He looked like the reason why he's been a backup and never been able to start in the NFL anywhere in his career. He was drafted highly by the Broncos, and that didn't go good. You know, I hope it's a close game. I want it to be a close game because I really need the points on the Buffalo side. I need it to be a shootout. So I hope that they can keep up. I honestly do. I want it to be a game. So not just one-sided. What up, Balls? How you doing, buddy? Happy Thanksgiving. Might use Wilson with CDL. Yeah, Cedric Wilson's a great option as well. Cheaper option, if you will. I don't know if I'd take Cedric Wilson over D-Jax, though, when you're talking those salaries. I think I would take I would take a shot more on a D-Jax hitting an 80-yard TD strike than I would Cedric Wilson. But, you know, because you got to remember, you're going to have a lot of passes, dump passes out of the backfield to Zeke, to Tony Pollard. You got Dalton Schultz still there as well. He loves to throw to his tight end. You know what I mean? You got Gallup, who was a big target for him before he went out and got hurt. Now he's been back. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is you're missing Coop as well. So, yes, sir. Airtime. Happy Thanksgiving. Field Guy. Happy Thanksgiving. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys are going to spend it with friends and family and have a lot of nice hot food and pie and whatnot. You can put on 5-10 pounds, what have you. If you don't celebrate it, I hope you have a great day today. Just in general. What's up, the hobbyist? How you doing, buddy, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know why the hobbyist wouldn't have the, let me throw you a, you've been around forever, my guy. Do something real quick for you, hobbyist. Bogarts, what's up, buddy? Knox, Schultz, Mooney, Zeke, Dalton, Diggs is some of mine. Very nice, dude. Very nice. Good deal, guys. Good deal. Yeah, man. I hope you guys all have an awesome Turkey Day. Sure. And if you guys would, hit that thumbs up if you haven't. I'd appreciate it. The thumbs down skis are going goodbye, and I think it's a good thing because I think, honestly, people, if they don't want to watch you or they don't enjoy you, they just probably shouldn't show up in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like... I don't go places and watch people that I don't like or entertainment or information I don't like. I just simply don't go there. That's personally what I do. I know everybody can do what they want to do, but I think it's a good deal they're doing that. No, there's no point. I mean, YouTube shouldn't have to recommend or unrecommend them something. If you should be able to make that choice yourself as you're making your choice to thumb up or thumb down. So if you know you're going to thumb down, you just know that, hey, this isn't the content for me. Unless you're just a super fan and that's just what you do. I think that's part of the issue. So, super fans out there, appreciate you. Shout out to you. Happy Turkey Day. Absolutely, man. You've been around for a long time. I should have done it. This is the first time I've seen you in the chat for a while, I think. Which is, everybody's busy. I understand. I get it. Bogarts, I said this before. Knox, Schultz, Mooney, Zeke, Dalton, Diggs. Yeah. And again, typically I'm the type of guy that says, like, personally, when I build DFS GPP lineups, that your running back doesn't correlate with playing with, like, receivers or quarterback receivers as well, like having all three positions. You know, you can have quarterback, tight end, receiver, but if you're going to have a running back, typically not to have a receiver from that game. But I think it's the way to get different in a 3-gamer is honestly best to do some of that. Maybe not every lineup, but have some of that. Oh, you know what I mean? Just so we know. So you were behind. CD is officially out. So yeah, so again, Fester says he's taking shots at Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson becomes way more viable. I will tell you that I do like Schultz more now with that news out. He's already been a target fan for Dak. I think it's even more. Obviously, this, I think, makes this game even closer. I honestly feel like if the Raiders show up, if the right Derek Carr shows up, I feel like the Raiders could actually win this game now. It's going to be close, I think, either way. I think it can still be a shootout. You don't have that as much deep threat besides Gallup, on the Dallas side as far as the ball, but I don't know. It's interesting. DraftKings stock has taken a beating this week or last week. I mean, yeah, it's going to. I think all stock more or less has. Derek Carr may light up that Dallas. That's what I'm saying, man. The Dallas secondary, Diggs, the rookie Diggs, he's great, man, but he's too aggressive. That's why he has the amount of interceptions he has, and that's why he's given up the most yards to receivers in the NFL. So, again, I like Derek Carr. I don't think enough people are looking at Derek Carr right now. Obviously Allen and Dak are the top 2 quarterbacks on this slate. But I think Derek Carr, I think the Red Rifle, if he shows up, I mean, those are 2 quarterbacks that could easily take down this slate. Easily take it down. Easily. So, all right, guys, I think that's going to about wrap it up. We've been going for almost an hour now, and it's only 3 games. I think I've given you as much info as I could as far as where I'm at, what I see, who I'm on, who I like. So, guys, enjoy today. Enjoy some football. Enjoy friends and family. Enjoy some delicious food. And, you know, for any of you that maybe don't have any family around today or don't have anything, I hope you have an awesome day. You know, if you need someone to talk to or need something, like, reach out to me. I'll be around. I'll be with some friends and family this afternoon for a while. But always here for you, man. Always here for you. I don't... Most years on Thanksgiving, my kids typically are just with their mother. But then I go and, you know, with other friends or family or whatever, depending upon what we have going on year by year. Thanksgiving's kind of one of those holidays that, like, a lot of my personal family, we don't do, like, big gatherings. We used 2 years ago. But as all the kids gotten older, and then my kids are all usually with their mother's side on Thanksgiving, etc. Just... yeah, it's just something more. I just hang out and watch football anyway. So, do my thing. But if anybody needs me, you can always reach out to me. Again, I did a in-depth interview last night with Josh from Big Boy Sports Cards. 60-and-a-half-year retired Army veteran. Good interview. Check it out. Check it out if you will. And then, until then, I'll be back Sunday morning for sure with the rest of the week's plays. It's kind of a special one I threw in there, being a 3-gamer. Yeah, guys, just have an awesome Thanksgiving. Every year, the Lions. Yep, exactly. And sometimes their backup quarterback just lights it up out of nowhere. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Spend it with the loved ones. Appreciate, love y'all. Till next time, guys.